In today's episode of The Story of Animals, we're diving into one of nature's most adorable mix-ups, the panda versus the red panda. Two creatures that share a name, a love for bamboo, and an irresistibly cute face, but not much else. So who's the real panda? Who came first? And which one wins the battle of fluff and survival? Grab your bamboo snacks, because today's episode is Panda versus Red Panda. At first glance, you might think these two are siblings, or at least distant cousins. But here's the twist. The giant panda and the red panda aren't even closely related. The giant panda, Ailuropoda melanoluca, is actually a bear, a member of the Ursidae family. It's big, it's chunky, and it spends most of its day munching on bamboo while looking like it's contemplating life. Meanwhile, the red panda, Ailurus fulgens, is not a bear, not a raccoon, not a cat, but somehow, it looks like all three. Scientists once thought it was related to raccoons, then cats, and finally decided it deserved its very own family, Ailuridae. So while the giant panda is a heavyweight herbivore of the bear world, the red panda is a nimble, tree-hopping original, the only one of its kind. Nature, it seems, loves a good identity crisis. Both animals hail from the misty mountains of Asia. Think the high forests of China, Nepal, and Myanmar. But their lifestyles couldn't be more different. The giant panda sticks to the ground, wandering through dense bamboo forests like a black and white Zen master. It can eat up to 12 kilograms of bamboo a day. That's like devouring 80 burritos worth of leaves. The red panda, on the other hand, prefers life in the trees. Agile and graceful, it climbs with the ease of a parkour champion. And though it too loves bamboo, it's not picky. It'll also snack on fruit, eggs, insects, and even small birds. In short, the panda meditates. The red panda multitasks. Now, let's talk anatomy, and why both species have one of nature's most brilliant hacks, the false thumb. Both pandas evolved a thumb-like extension from their wrist bones that lets them grip bamboo like chopsticks. But remember, they evolved this feature independently. That's evolution saying, if it works, it works. However, their builds couldn't be more different. The giant panda can weigh over 100 kilograms, with jaws so strong they can crush bamboo stalks like celery. The red panda, in contrast, weighs about 5 kilograms, roughly the size of a house cat with better climbing skills. If they ever met face to face, one could accidentally sit on the other and not notice. The giant panda is famously chill. It spends up to 14 hours a day eating and most of the rest sleeping. In a world obsessed with productivity, the panda is the poster child for doing nothing, yet achieving everything. The red panda, though? It's all energy and mischief. Quick, clever, and curious. This little fireball is constantly exploring, balancing on branches, and curling its tail around itself when it naps. It's like nature's version of a cinnamon roll that can climb. So while the giant panda embodies peace and patience, the red panda channels energy and agility, two adorable opposites. Sadly, both species share one heartbreaking thing in common. They're endangered. Habitat loss and human encroachment have pushed both pandas into smaller and smaller forest pockets. But there's hope. The giant panda has become a global symbol for conservation, thanks to tireless protection efforts in China, even graduating from endangered to vulnerable. The red panda, however, still struggles in the shadows, with fewer than 10,000 individuals left in the wild. But organizations worldwide are now stepping up to save this treetop treasure, ensuring that it doesn't fade quietly from the canopy. So here's the million-dollar question. Which one is the real panda? Surprise! The red panda actually had the name first. It was scientifically described nearly 50 years before the giant panda. When the giant panda was discovered later, scientists thought they were related and borrowed the panda name. In other words, the red panda is the original, the OG panda. But while the giant panda stole the spotlight, the red panda stayed quietly fabulous in the background, like an indie artist outshined by a blockbuster bear. Now it's time to see how much you've learned from today's episode. We've got 3 fun trivia questions coming up. Ready? Let's start. Question 1. Which animal was officially named panda first? A. Giant panda. B. Red panda. C. Both at the same time. E. Neither. Humans made it up later. The correct answer is B. Red panda. The red panda was described decades before the giant panda, making it the original bearer of the name. Let's try another question. Question 2. What do both pandas use to hold bamboo? A. Their tail. B. Their claws. C. A false thumb. D. Their teeth. The correct answer is C. A false thumb. Both species evolved a thumb-like wrist bone independently to help them grip bamboo, a remarkable example of convergent evolution. Let's move on to the last question for this episode. Question 3. Which panda is more closely related to bears? A. Red panda. B. Giant panda. C. Both. D. Neither. The correct answer is B. Giant panda. The giant panda is a true bear, while the red panda belongs to its own unique family, Ailuridae. Great job if you got them all right. And if not, don't worry. You now know the tale of 2 pandas who share a name, but not a family tree. If you enjoyed this video, please check out our other binge-able channels. Thank you for watching. If you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution.